This program is proudly brought to you by Sprite. It happens, stay cool. Telecom Limited and PNG Motors.
Good night, Papua New Guinea, and thanks for joining us on this episode of Sports In. Always a pleasure to have your company every Thursday night. Without further ado, we have about 2 more episodes to cover before we wrap season 2023 up. Before we take a look here, a few highlights of what we were able to cover this season.
Hello viewers, right now, this week, I'm at the Sir John Guy Stadium and I've got a very interesting guest with me here, the national record holder for the sport of javelin, none other than Lakona Gerega. Lakona is from Abao district in the Central Province and I am honored to have him here with me today at the Sir John Guy Stadium. Lakona, just tell us what upcoming sporting events are you preparing for this year?
For this year, me prepare the Pacific Games, which am in November, the Solomon Islands. So, me just focus on training lo. So, all months come in.
Okay. Just tell us about your training. How's training going so far for you?
Training I'm alright, so so previous years we have struggle. This year, I'm training alright on the coach Paul Benista, which Monday, Wednesday, gym, Tuesday, Thursdays, tech session on the para athletes, love PNG.
There you have it, viewers. Lakona Gerega, the national record holder for javelin. Lakona has something to say?
Yes, thanks. Keep on watching Sports In.
That was Lakona Gerega training there at the Sir John Guy Stadium. Lakona, on behalf of Sports In, we just want to wish you all the best as you continue with your preparations leading up to the Pacific Games later this year. Corey, a very good night.
Good night, Isaac. Good night, Peter. Thanks for having me.
All right, Corey, you've been the president for the Capital Rugby Union for some time now. Just tell us how it's been being up there, the president.
Yeah.
Mr. President.
Yeah, so I've been in the role for 6 years. So I came in 2018, along with a new executive at the time. So our treasurer, Ernie Gangaloff, our secretary, Mary Johns, and my vice president, John Nilkare. So we've been I guess over the last 6 years, it's been an interesting challenge for Capital Rugby. There was a lot of rebuilding coming out of, impasses from the past. And I guess what we wanted to focus on right from the beginning was just getting our game, which we know is a good product in Port Moresby, but just getting a bit of structure and making sure it's organised. And I think we're working in the right direction, but we're really looking now at trying to step up the level of competition, trying to make it a bit more of a commercial model, getting more sponsors on board, and making sure the governance is right as well. So it's been an interesting challenge, particularly going through COVID, Isaac. So we had COVID in 2020, 2021, but I'm really proud of how CRU still managed to deliver our competition during COVID. So we had a continuity plan in place. We had approvals from the controller. It was a watered-down competition, but we still played rugby, and that was the important thing. And of course, now we've come out of that COVID, I don't know what you say, it's I don't want to remember it. I think we're all wanting to forget it, but we've come out of that crisis now, and last year was just good to get the basic fundamentals in place for our comp, but this year we're really trying to step it up.
I'm here with the assistant coach. That's right, assistant coach for Gulf ESO, Mo Evara, also a former proud Gulf ESO player, but now he's retired and he's part of the coaching staff. So, Mo, just tell us how it's like now coaching, retired from playing, and now standing outside ordering the players.
It's a bit hard, especially watching the game from the sideline, but I've enjoyed my time playing, and it's good going back to especially the younger boys coming through the system.
Okay, last year the team had a really good run, some wins there in the beginning of the season, but then you guys kind of fell off the back end of the season. Just tell us, how was that?
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, we just wanted to take one game at a time. I think 4 wins under our belt, we just got a little bit ahead of ourselves there. With experience and all that, it really, we could tell halfway through the season we lost it a bit there. We tried to regain it back at the back end of the season, but it was too late for us. We missed out. It's a building process, and we're trying to rebuild this team and get it back to its glory days. Thank you.
There you have it. That was Mo Evara, one and only a former Gulf ESO and now the current assistant coach for the Gulf ESO. That's all from me, Isaac Leary. We'll go for a short break. Up next, we'll go more on Sports Scene.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. All right, we will take you straight to Hula village in Central Province with highlights of the PNG Sports Foundation launching their Go Rural to Go Global strategic program that is aimed at changing the landscape of sports in PNG. The program was launched by PNG Sports Foundation Director of Sports Operation and Development Peter Chalapan, witnessed by Central Provincial Administrator Francis Coaba and Hula village leaders who will help drive the pilot program. So let's take a look and see how the launching of this milestone event took place.
We believe that the A-League are the important athletes that we should concentrate on. We spend all the resources, we spend all of the money from the government to send teams overseas. We can be compatible in the Pacific, but against the rest of the world, we're still not there yet. And the answer, if we want to beat Australia Kangaroo in 10 years' time, that's the answer we saw. That's where we start developing young kids. Our young boy that is passing the ball around here, he's the one that's going to beat New Zealand in soccer. He's going to beat Indonesia in soccer. That's how the Africans have been very good. They started as very young. So that's why we've adopted that focus. We want to look for young talent, 6 to 16 years old.
This policy is structured, is framed in a way and in a manner we can be able to build a very basic foundation that I believe will go a long way. Maybe in the not too distant future we could be sending overseas a lot of people like Justin Olam, a lot of people like Marcus Bai, and the famous soccer players like Manis Lamon. These are a few that I can think of. There could be plenty. But ladies and gentlemen, this policy, I believe, has been structured strategically to ensure we produce a lot of these very capable people.
All right, we have on the show tonight is our female NRL player, Elsie Albert, joining us on the show. Elsie, Good night, and how are you doing?
Good night. I'm good, thank you. I'm doing very well.
All right, Elsie, before we get tunes rolling, we will ask, maybe you just introduce yourself and where you're from, so our viewers have a fair idea of where you're actually from.
As my name's, as mentioned, Elsie Albert, and I'm from the Southern Islands province. Where I'm from, to be exact, it's a little bit tricky. We're like on the border of Pangaea and Kaguera. So I'm like in between those. So people from Pangaea call me, I'm from Kaguera, and then people from there tell us that we're from Pangaea. So I guess I'm a bit in between. I'm from Pangaea, but then I'm from Kaguera as well too. So yeah, I'm from Southern Islands, and grew most of my life set up in the Highlands of New Guinea. So yeah.
All right, just tell us a bit about how the contract news, how you received the contract news.
Oh yeah, it's the contract news is like they've been in contact with me since before I went down to the World Cup. So like they've marked me as one of the players that they really wanted to have in their club, and I think that made a difference for me, and like that made me to push towards signing with them as well. Like they've respected me and respected that enough to stay chase after me from the World Cup, and then after the World Cup they stayed in contact with my manager, and I think it's not like they woke up one day and then, just said, oh, we want to sign you. It's like it's a process. Like they followed me through my World Cup campaign. After that, like they messaged, and then, and I finally signed.
How's the atmosphere and the environment there in Parramatta?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. I've moved down. I've settled in a small suburb close to Parramatta. It's just 5 minutes drive to Para. So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying first few weeks here, but it's been really good.
As an international player, you represented PNG Orchids. You also played an NRL with the Dragons. And as from your own perspective, do you think more PNG players should be signed by NRL clubs going forward?
Yes, definitely. They can be signed, but I think, if girls want to come down here and, have a crack, back home you have to participate. Participate in the PNG RFL sanctioned programs, participate in the PNG RFL sanctioned women's league as well back home. And in saying that, I'm not saying that, girls are not participating, but, there's a lot of number of girls participating in the leagues back home. So in that league, like there's a lot of talent coming through as well, and there's no other way for them to get exposure unless you play for the Orchids. So yeah, like definitely NRL, NRLW coaches and recruiting officers would be keen to sign girls from there, but they have to show commitment and discipline and stuff like that. Those are the important things that will get girls to sign. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Elsie, for your time with Sportsin, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors going forward for this year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
There you have it. That was our female NRL player, Elsie Albert. We wish Elsie all the best, and we will take a short break now, and when we return, we will bring you more on Sportsin. Hi and welcome back to Sportsin. I'm here at the Amini Park, the home of Cricket PNG. We're here to witness the ICC East Asia Pacific Regional T20 qualifiers that is currently played between 4 countries, the Philippines, Japan, Vanuatu, and of course our very own PNG Barramandis. The tournament will run till the 29th, with the winner to qualify for the T20 World Cup that will be played in West Indies early next year. So let's take a look and see some highlights of our very own PNG Barramandis taking on the Vanuatu in this match. The PNG Barramandis got off to a positive start after a 9-wicket win over Vanuatu and proving too strong against the Philippines in their ICC East Asia Pacific T20 qualifier campaign at the Amini Park over the weekend. PNG Barramandis captain Asado Lavala said it was a proud moment while complimenting a top performance shown by his boys. "We couldn't ask for more, and this all showed in how we expected in terms of how we wanted to bowl and bat throughout," Vala said. Barra's coach Nathan Ridden also reiterated on the performance of the boys. Ridden said they wanted to dominate from the start and the team eventually did what they needed to do. The Barramandis ran supreme again, continuing their dominance against Japan on Tuesday this week, and the chances of a World Cup sport looks promising. All right, we have here Big Tinoy from the Gold Coast Titans, the skipper of Gold Coast Titans. Tino, welcome to Sportsin, and how are you doing?
Yeah, no, going good. I'm happy I'm here in PNG. It's my first time and I'm loving it, and it's good to see all the kids get around and kick the football around, and there's a lot of talent here, so it's been good and I'm loving it here.
The reception yesterday, your welcome, how do you feel about that?
It was amazing. It put a smile on my face, and it just lit up my day, and it's good to see how passionate they are and how much they love rugby league, and it was so good to see, and it was a good experience.
Have you ever received such a welcome back in Australia?
No, never. So it's like I said, it's a good feeling, put a smile on my face, and I love PNG, and I'm so good that I get to be here, and I'm so grateful.
All right, we have the upcoming Tri-Series that is coming up. Will you be using this platform to improve on some of the areas that you lack?
Yes, 100%. It's a bit of a trial game for us to hopefully make the Aussie team, and we're definitely going to use this as a platform where we can work on our positives and work on our negatives too. So.
All right, we have, as you saw yesterday, we have a quite number of good fans that are here in PNG. We have a lot of young kids that are coming up the ranks that are aspiring to play in the NRL one day. What would be your encouragement to those kids?
Just have fun. Work really hard if you really want it, and work on the little things that you need to work on in your game, and just enjoy the game of rugby league. And that's why I play football, and that's why I think every kid should play football.
Hi viewers, and welcome back to Sportsin. I'm here at the Sejong Gazindo complex, and as you can see behind me is the FIBA U17 Oceania women's match that is currently being played between Samoa and the host country Papua New Guinea. In a few minutes time we'll be speaking to the president of PNG Basketball Federation, Ms. Emma Waiwai, who will be giving us an update of the week-long tournament. But before we do that, let's take a look and see some basketball feast fest. All right, thank you very much, Ms. Waiwai, for making time to come and speak with us. Just your opinion, or just give us a rundown on the tournament since day one up until now.
Thank you. I suppose when you're planning a tournament, you think you have everything in order, and when it comes to day one, when it comes to the actual time when things are going to happen, you realize that this is not happening, but this isn't happening, and it's either you panic or you quickly look for another way around to get it to make it happen. But I think so far the committee, we're actually happy with how things have progressed. We've got really good. FIBA's been really, really good with us, FIBA Oceania. They've come with a plan, and when we haven't been able to provide something, they've been able to say, look, maybe we do it this way. But all in all, I think the important thing is the tournament has been going well from day one. I think the teams are happy, and I think that's important. If they're happy, if they're playing well, then for me, we are probably doing something right.
Just give us the significance of this tournament.
I think for Papua New Guinea and for us as the federation, I think the most important thing about this is we're giving an opportunity to our young people to be able to display what they're capable of doing in basketball. We're trying to show to the rest of the country that basketball is a family game, and also start to develop, help the young children or young people develop skills that they need after basketball.
All right, we have the finals this weekend. Any word or any appeal to the spectators or public to come and support our local teams that are taking part in the tournament?
Thank you. Yeah, look, we've got Australia's the defending champions, both for the girls and for the boys. The under 17s or under 15s that were there back 3 years ago, they've moved on. But this is a new group that have come in. You've got Samoa, who are very good. Guam also at the Pacific Games. Guam are, the champions, and this is where it grows. But I think more importantly, come and watch the children. They are all children. They need the support. Happening here, you need to come and support our children too. They need to know that the country is behind them, and that they are, they're going to be exposed to very high class basketball. So please come and watch the games. It's only 10 kina to watch 4 games, for children, and 20 kina for adults. So come and watch our children showcase their skill and their ability on the basketball court.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Waiwai, for your time, and we wish you all the best going into the future. And there you have it. That was highlights of the 2023 sporting events which we were able to cover this season. Just a reminder to the general public in Port Moresby and surrounding areas, we have the 2023 Avea Cup and Wellness Expo that is coming up, scheduled for November 10th to the 11th. That's all happening at the National Football Stadium. So bring your families down and be part of this significant event that not only features sporting highlights, but also it has other community engagement programs that will be run by other organizations. That's about it for tonight. Again, thank you very much for joining me and the rest of my team here. It was our pleasure having your company, and we shall do this again, same time, same place, right here on the number one to watch, EMTV. Until then, it's good night and God bless you all.
This program is proudly brought to you by Sprite. It happens, stay cool. Telecom Limited and PNG Motors.